Hello guys, welcome to my predictions for TPOT 18, which should come out the same day I'm making this video. But first, let me tell you how this is going to work. I will air all the scenes that I predict will happen in this episode. So, let's get started. First, we'll talk about the logistics of the episode. The episode will be 20 minutes long, similar to how TPOT 11 was. It'll mainly focus on the post-split cast, with a few scenes in the TPOT cast. Now, unless I have anything to add, which I don't, let's get started. Scene 1. This begins like BFB 29 with Taco, Walkie and Woody. X and 4 would show up. Everyone is astounded by their presence. Taco probably asks them, 4X, why are you here? 4 and X say, oh, well, we're kind of being bored of chefs, so, and 2 is kind of depressed. So we came back here to see how you all were doing, because we kind of abandoned you. Clarky was like, yeah, you sure did abandon us. And then Taco probably says, Clarky, there's no point getting mad at abandoning people. Brooke did, and that didn't end well for her. Woody would agree with Taco's statement, probably giving a simple, Intro goes here. This intro would be a special one, just like how TPOT 11 had an intro featuring the Exeters. It would probably contain all 14 post-splitters. Well, by 14 I mean Profile replaces Teardrop, 4 announcer, and maybe 1's kidnapped, 8 more match, and 1. Scene 2 would be a quick, funny montage of most of the sillier parts of the cast, like grassy marker, tennis ball, pen, tree, or like happier ones trying to cheer 2 up. Scene 3 would be in the Pillory Ruins, with Bubble and Ruby resolving their issues with Matt. Obviously this wouldn't take place over one whole scene, probably split out into chunks. And the thing about Pencil, which would lead into scene 4, the cast trying to talk to a depressed Pencil. I believe Goblin Donut would, but mainly for the sake of the team. Pen also would. And the line probably explains to Pen, she was trapped in the exit since since 2017. Obviously she's going to be a bit unstable. We have to be careful. Like, she's probably traumatized. And we're probably get a scene of the eliminated contestants trying to escape. Obviously the ones with pictured here aren't the only ones making an appearance. The newbie alliance would then wonder where Teardrop is, and Profile tells them that Teardrop is in Teapot, because Profile went with Teardrop in Teapot too. Then this would lead into another scene, but this time mainly focused on Teardrop and Eggy probably. And then scene 6, Gelatin Flower running a steakhouse. Gelatin drives his staff, which I think Lollipop would buy or center, because I think Lollipop could be running a warehouse, which I didn't add, but I'm just telling you this now. And Jordan, which I think he'll be voiced by Charlie Morris, or a YouTuber like that, because Rose and Selfie Dot, or whatever his name is, were voiced by famous YouTubers. And Pineapple and Barbecue Sauce's voice actors would hopefully reprise their role. And also, they'd be in the BFDI part, so. Blocky, Woody and Taco working on the new show. I know it wasn't really Taco's show, but like, I still think Taco would be helping. The host planning season 6 announced the wonders for Purple Face, which would get this cool transition of 4 and we like fly into him, which would lead to Purple Face opening the door to Bell, Balmy 6, Barfeg, and Needle. And they probably get a scene exploring the exit, and 1 is revealed to be watching them, but these guys don't know that. Scene 10, Fiery and April exploring the New Dream Island, or leaving the island. Scene 11, Leafy and Gacy talking about being captured by 1. They could be in either jail cells or wherever Barbag, Balmy, Needle, and Bell went. Loser, Spongy, and Taco talk about his fans and his past. I chose these 3 because Loser, Taco, and Spongy had kind of this like trio. Well, not really a trio, but like scenes together in BFB 17 and 18. Cloudy Yay having a scene, and Price Tag and Winner have a talk about Loser. Pencil probably is there, but doesn't say anything. Yeah, Pencil would probably just be silent the whole episode. I think Price Tag and Winner talk about Loser since they did in TPOT 17. Donut and Gulpful would probably just kind of be discussing 1, maybe. Eggy, Cake, and Clark discussing Loser and Winner. I chose these 3 because they were his biggest fans. I think Clark realises Loser isn't that nice person. Tries to explain that to Eggy and Cake, but Eggy and Cake just refuse to listen to him. Then Balloony and David get a scene talking about being former Beatles. David probably ends up in the desert since Match somehow ended up in Hillary ruins. And maybe David turns white again. Also, Balloony's here because Balloony has probably the least potential scenes. If Leafy wasn't wet with 1, I might be giving them a scene together. Scene 15.5. If not David, I could see a Bracelety scene happening. Because Bracelety got the 3rd most votes, and we still haven't seen where she went. We saw Fiery Jr., Robotti, and Match before her. And this would then lead to another scene, the eliminating contestant trying to escape, but this time focused on Ice Cube. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. And comment below if you want to see more predictions like this video. So, bye-bye.